The students who shall be speaking at the graduation ceremony were selected based on their leadership position, which they attained through neutral criteria to deliver messages of the student's own choices. The content of and any views expressed during each student speaker's message is solely and entirely the private expression of the individual student and does not reflect the endorsement, sponsorship, position, or expression of the district.
Hello, I'm John Kraft. As superintendent, I want to personally welcome you to the 2026 Northside Independent School District graduation ceremonies. This year, more than 7,600 students graduate from our high schools. It is a momentous occasion for them, but also for their families, friends, teachers, and administrators. The graduates did not reach this day alone. As each senior crosses the stage and receives his or her diploma, I know you'll watch with great pride. Through the years, they have relied on the encouragement, love, and support from everyone here to celebrate with them today. I'm so proud of all of our graduates. On behalf of the Northside ISD family, we wish them the best of luck as they begin the next chapter in their lives. We also congratulate them on their significant achievement. We hope that you all enjoy this very, very special celebration. And again, congratulations, class of 2026.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Kid Ledesma, and I'm the senior class president. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain quiet for the representation of the colors by the O'Connor JROTC and the singing of the national anthem by the Health Careers High School Phoenix Chorale.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 39th commencement ceremony of Health Careers High School Class of 2026. It is also my pleasure to introduce our distinguished guest, the Superintendent of the Northside Independent School District, Dr. John Kraft, the members of the Northside Independent School District Board of Trustees, Board Vice President Dr. Sonia Hasso, Board Secretary Dr. David Salcido, Trustee Bobby Blunt, Trustee Laura Zapata, Deputy Superintendent for Administration, Dr. Joanne Fay, Deputy Superintendent of NISD Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Janice Jordan, Deputy Superintendent for Business and Finance, Megan Bradley, our principal, Mr. Brad Aver. Welcome, class of 2026. My name is Liana Fadul, as most of you know, and I have had the amazing honor of serving as this year's Student Council President. For the past 4 years, we've walked the same halls, through all the highs, the lows, and everything in between. We've all grown in our own ways and learned much more than that the normal blood pressure is 120/80. Now, it's our time to flourish and explore beyond health careers. When I think of health careers, I think of all the work, endless cram study sessions, and rotations in our practicums. But what lies beyond that is what I'll cherish most. 10 years from now, some of us may be working and pursuing what we've always dreamed of, and some may still be in school. But we'll always remember this community and reminisce about the times we were young. From losing our junior year powder puff game to finally winning our senior year, from our first homecoming game where we almost beat the seniors to actually winning this year. From senior sunrise to senior sunset, and now graduation. The last day when all of us are going to be in the same room together. The last time we're going to be sitting with all our friends, still trying to fathom the fact that we won't see each other every day anymore. No more comparing schedules, no more off-campus lunches, and no more first day of school pictures. Although I'm sad it's coming to an end, I'm deeply grateful for everything it has given us and excited to see what the next chapter holds. I've gained friendships I've always prayed for and built memories to last a lifetime. Zena Salim, Nora Castillo, Micah Sanchez, Layla Ramirez, and Olivia Tomasino. Thank you for filling my gloomy days with love and laughter and being by my side through it all. To my parents and siblings, Tiana and George, thank you for being a shoulder to cry on and believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. To all my teachers, thank you for pouring your hearts into our education and being a stepping stone for our futures. A special thanks to Ms. Schofield for turning your classroom into a meaningful place where we shared lots of laughs. And lastly, to my fellow graduating class of 2026, be proud of yourself and how far we've all come. We made it. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our class president, Kid Ledesma.
Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests, and fellow graduates. My name is Kid Ledesma, and I am beyond honored to be able to stand in front of you today and give this speech on behalf of the class of 2026. I'd like to start this off with a thank you to my parents and my brother. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. And I love you, buddy. You guys have pushed me in ways no one else has, and I wouldn't be standing here today if y'all hadn't. I also want to thank all of my family, my teachers, shout out Ms. Schofield, and my friends for helping me all along the way and teaching me so many lessons in life that I will take with me as I move into the future. Confucius said, "A person has two lives, and the second begins when they realize they only have one." Now, this is a lot more well put than the phrase we're more familiar with, YOLO. For the majority of the life we've lived so far, we've only been checking off the boxes, chasing grades, and going through the motions. Now, to be quite fair, I know that many of us will continue to chase those grades going into the future, but at some point the realization hits that there is no second try. There is no reset button at the very end. I ask that you all stop wasting time and live. Each and every one of you has too much potential to waste on waiting and hesitating. If you want something, go get it, period. Don't let someone deter you from your goals. Don't second guess yourself. Pursue what you love and what you want to. Don't stop moving. Take that trip with your friends. Ask out that person you've had your eye on and go for that job that seems impossible and go above and beyond. Thank you once. Be bold, be original, and be invincible. Thank you once again. I love you guys, and good vibrations. I now have the honor of introducing our lovely NHS president, Joseph Miknyatovich.
Thank you, Kid, for that introduction. Good evening, friends, family, and faculty. My name is Joseph Miknyatovich, and I have had the honor of serving as our school's National Honor Society president this school year. As predicted, this day has arrived, and it honestly feels unreal. Graduation was always just a date in the calendar so far away. May 21st, like, no one thinks about that. But standing here now, we can see in hindsight just how far we have come. We are on the threshold of our young adult lives. I could stand up here and give you a traditional motivational speech you hear at all graduations, but because of who you all are, I want to give you something real. In today's world, it can be easy to lose hope. Not only that, but we as humans sometimes feel so much hopelessness, whether it is about the state of our family and relationships or the way we fit in the world around us. Some of us have carried things in this gymnasium tonight that no one else knows about, and that's okay. But I'm not saying this to sulk. I'm saying this because I believe hope is one of the most powerful emotions we as humans can have. When you have doubts, remember that every single person who has ever done something worth doing started exactly where you are right now. Hope is the foundation of progress, and having hope is already halfway to achieving a goal. We have spent days, weeks, months, years fueling ourselves with knowledge from both textbooks and people. And now, as we step into this world, we walk in with hope. Hope that we can make the world better simply by being in it. Hope that the goals we've only dreamed about are finally within reach. Hope that today is not an ending, but a beginning. I want to personally thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, my best friend, the Justin McNary, PT, my parents, Kambas Barzo, my brothers, my coaches, my teachers, and everyone who has been a friend or even just a passing presence in my life, not only for the impact you've had on me, but for the hope that you give me about all the lives you will go on to touch. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. That kind of adds some emphasis. But it has been an honor to be your friend, your NHS president, or for what it's worth, your random tall guy. We aren't walking across this stage as a finish line, we're walking across it as a starting point. Hence the name commencement. So let's go commence. I now have the honor of introducing your salutatorian, Ariana Chaudhary.
Thank you, Joseph. Amid the snowy Central Park landscape of New York City, a stream of 7,000 saffron gates flowed between the trees and burned bright against the snow. In art history, my favorite class I've taken throughout all of high school, I've learned this to be an installation piece known as The Gates by Christo and John Claude. The project took decades of planning, cost over $21 million, and faced countless rejections before the artist could bring this to fruition. Yet after all this dedication, the gates were only up for 16 days. 16 days. I was stunned that the artist could let something so beautiful be so temporary. But later, I found that transience was the entire point. Christo and John Claude explained that this endowed the art with urgency, the love and tenderness brought by the fact that it will not last. They hope to harbor the same feelings typically reserved for other temporary things, such as childhood and our own life. Things that are valued because they're fleeting, because they're ephemeral. Likewise, this artwork seemed to encapsulate the feelings surrounding my high school experience. Meeting such amazing friends, teachers, and mentors, my high school experience soon became colored by people who have cared so deeply for me, who have tirelessly cared enough to lift radiant saffron gates across my New York winter. Even though the gates physically came down after 16 days, the fact that I'm still here speaking about it, that I'm still moved by it, is evident that it's not meaningless after it's gone. The pictures stay, the feelings stay, the memories stay. Everything that has shaped us stays. The gates existed in all their radiance because people chose to bring warmth and color into an otherwise cold landscape. And as the gates of my high school experience are now being taken down, I truly hope to convey that the people I've encountered here at Health Careers have been meaningful beyond belief. I hope they know that every kindness, every conversation, every care has brimmed my life with color. And now to the class of 2026, as we embark perhaps on our own winter or encounters others, I hope that we can choose to care, we can work to extend compassion, and we can strive to lift warmth and color in any landscape of others' lives, just as the people of Health Careers have done to mine. Thank you so much, and now please welcome our valedictorian, Yvonne.
Thank you, Ariana, for the introduction. Good evening, friends, family, and most importantly, fellow graduates. My name is Yuvan Buchayagari, and I'm so proud and honored to be here in front of you speaking as your class's valedictorian. If you're a sci-fi nerd like me, I'm sure you've seen and read Project Hail Mary, a story about venturing into space to save our dying planet from an extraterrestrial infection. But the focus of this story is not on the cool scientific discoveries, but on the bond that is shared between the protagonist, Dr. Grace, and his companion, Rocky, a human and an alien. I want you to take a moment to think about who in your life you could call your own Rocky. Someone you've met under strange and unusual circumstances, but it almost seems like destiny brought you together. Someone who by their very nature becomes a priority in your life and might stress you out a little, but rewards you with their fresh new perspective of the world. For me, my personal Rocky is not a single person, but a group of people, the ACTIC community. I joined the program after an inspiring interaction with Ms. Johnston, and I've met people who, for the first time in my life, I can call lifelong friends. Even if it's not ACTIC, there are so many unique communities at Health Careers that have given us a space to express who we truly are. Whether it be the family-like bond we share in Latin Club, the spirit of service that unites us in the NHS, the competitive edge mixed with school spirit that emanates from our athletics, the desire to perfect our musical pieces for orchestra, band, and choir, or the amazing food and heart-to-heart conversations from our culture clubs. Our time at Health Careers has been filled with connection and collaboration. To sidetrack, I want to take the time to thank a few people that I owe for my placement on this stage. Thank you to my parents, my little brother, and my cousins and my aunts and uncle who flew all the way down here to watch me graduate. You guys are my biggest supporters, and you push me to do things that I don't think I am capable of doing myself. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you to Ms. Johnson for being my greatest mentor and showing me that my talents have a place to thrive. Thank you to Mr. Roscoe and Mr. Moss for sitting down with me and helping me learn more about myself as I went through the college application process. Thank you to Mr. Stanley, Mr. Chu, Ms. Hernandez, Mr. Foray, Ms. Epstein, Ms. Curtis, Ms. Ray, Mr. Bosnick, and all the other teachers and administrators for instilling within me a passion for learning that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And finally, thank you to my closest friends, Anupam, Mary, Juliana, Nathan, Arav, Tarun, Santosh, and all the other guys for making these past 4 years unforgettable. Class of 2026, as you go out into the world and do amazing things, I want you to remember this. Opening up to and relying on others is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. Try to figure out as much as you can by yourself, but don't be afraid to ask for a helping hand. After all, as Rocky would say, having a buddy always makes life so much more amaze, amaze, amaze. Thank you. I love you, class of 2026.
Thank you, Yvonne. Ariana Chowdhury, will you please come forward? Board member Dr. Sonia Hasso will present this award. Ariana Chowdhury graduates with a 104.21 grade point average. She will be attending Brown University and intends to pursue a degree in biology in the program in liberal medical education. Please help me recognize Ariana Chowdhury's parents, Paramita Datta and Soham Chowdhury. Will you please stand and be recognized? Yuvan Buchayagari, will you please come forward? Board member Laura Zapata will present this award. Yuvan Buchayagari graduates with a 104.34 grade point average. He will be attending Trinity University and intends to pursue a degree in molecular biology and biochemistry. Please help me recognize Yuvan Buchayagari's parents, Naveen Buchayagari and Nathra Katiki Reddy. Will you both please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to Ariana, Yuvan, and their parents. I would like to thank and recognize the class of 2026. You are a special group of students. You fill our hearts with hope, knowing that you are poised, ready to improve our world for the better. You have every reason to feel proud of all your accomplishments. One of those being a class that has earned a combined total in scholarship offers of $25,205,174. Dr. Kraft, you have heard the accomplishments of this class. I am pleased to recommend to you the students among the class of 2026 who have met the graduation requirements of the Northside Independent School District and the Texas Education Agency as graduates of Health Careers High School. Will the graduates please rise?
Thank you, Mr. Hebert. Well, good evening and welcome to this exciting event which recognizes and honors the culmination of hard work, perseverance, and achievement by the students standing before us. To the members of our audience, we thank you for the contributions that you have made to the success of these incredible graduates. As we know, a quality education can't happen without a partnership between the student, the family, and the school. Graduates, I know your family, friends, teachers, and loved ones in this building have not only supported you, but have made such a tremendous impact on your education, which you will forever cherish. Graduates, we hope that your experience in the Northside Independent School District has been a positive one, and you deserve to enjoy this important milestone and sacred ceremony with all those here to celebrate with you. With that, on the recommendations of the administration and staff of the Health Careers High School and by the authority and power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Northside Independent School District and the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon these candidates who have met all graduation requirements the Northside Independent School District High School diploma and hereby declare them graduates class of 2026. Will the graduates please come forward for the presentation of diplomas and awards? Again, congratulations, graduates. We are so very proud of you.
Ready, Wayne? Recipient of the SEMS Distinguished Scholars in Science Scholarship from Trinity University, Yuvan Buchayagari. Recipient of the Cameron Impact Scholarship from the Brian Cameron Education Foundation, Ariana Chowdhury. Recipient of the College of Natural Sciences Dean Scholarship from the University of Texas at Austin, Arpita Biswal. Recipient of the Visionary Scholarship from the American College Foundation, Evan Zhang. Recipient of the National Merit Recognition Scholarship from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation, Emily Marie Whitney. Recipient of the Murchison Scholarship from Trinity University, Santosh Algaraj. Recipient of the Carolina Spring Forward Award from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Adi Kanan. Recipient of the Trinity Tower Scholarship from Trinity University, Shansita Tripathi. Ava Basil. Recipient of the Women's Track and Field Athletics Scholarship from Texas A&M University, Kingsville, Eilena Ying Zach. Recipient of the Dean's Scholarship from the University of Southern California, Kaylee Abing. Miriam Adeparusi. Samriti Kripesh Ayal. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Sofia Alcalá Moreno. Recipient of the San Antonio Junior Forum Presidential Memorial Scholarship, Hadra Ali. Recipient of the Public Health Tuition Award from the University of Illinois, Chicago, Manahil Amin. Jamshidullah Andesh. Yasmin Destiny Arce. Lindrick Arocha. Lucius Arocha. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas, San Antonio, Dibyam Darshit Aruk. Recipient of the A.B. Barrett Award for Academic Excellence from Abilene Christian University, Lilandra Dalen Ayala. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Avikam Bali. Recipient of the NSU Dean Scholarship, Tarun Bandaru. Elisa Naomi Barahona. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from Loyola University, Chicago, Alexis Roslyn Somera Boscos. Recipient of the Merit-Based Scholarship from St. Edward's University, Leila Alejandra Batres Perez. Nicole Bierstow. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Ricardo G. Berrios. Recipient of the Madeline Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Ria Rohit Badresa. Dane Joseph Lapis Bloom. Recipient of the Murchison Scholarship from Trinity University, Anika Boledu. Sophia Bravo. Chris Briones. Recipient of the A.J. Drexel Scholarship from Drexel University, Christian Burton. Recipient of the Merrimack Athletic Scholarship from Merrimack College, Allison Jane Burns. Recipient of the Academic Decathlon State Scholarship from the Texas Academic Decathlon, Carissa Calica. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Rihanna Jalen Santo Domingo Camiling. Edie Josephine Cantu. Recipient of the Presidential Merit Scholarship from Texas Tech University, Nora Castillo. Megan Ricci Cedrome. Ashlyn Claus. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Kay Lauren Coe. Recipient of the Undergraduate Academic Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Serena Juanita Arocha Constancio. Jacqueline Elizabeth Cordova. Ashley Blue Coronado. Abigail Jean Cottrell. Kylie Cox. Dalen Dickens. Renee Draheim. Cameron Dunshay. Chukwuma Echozo. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Daniel Espinoza.
Karina Ivarro. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Liana Fadul. Recipient of the Faculty Scholarship from Texas Christian University, Melika Fahihi. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Muñeca Linda Fernandez. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Nicholas Figueroa. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Paloma Naomi Flores. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Destiny Neka Francis. Recipient of the Trustee Scholarship from Trinity University, Savo Aram Salih Fiati. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Gianna Galdiano. Ana Giselle Galindo. Recipient of the Presidential Merit Scholarship from Texas Tech University, Lillian Susie Galvan. Recipient of the Honors Collaboration Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Victoria Galvan Torres. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Abney Rose Garcia. Recipient of the Academic Excellence Scholarship from Texas Lutheran University, Alexa Estrella Garcia. Michael Cesar Garza. Anjushri Gawalapu. Nathaniel Varghese George. Presley Sean Gillenwater. Jake Gomez. Elena Zena Gonzalez. Vivek Gaudaman. Ian Griffith. Recipient of the Trustee Scholarship from Trinity University, Harini Guba. Recipient of the President's Achievement Scholarship from Texas A&M University, Kayla Sofia Gutierrez. Recipient of the Women's Golf Athletic Scholarship from Our Lady of the Lake University, Micah Ira Guy. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Tasneem Haifa. Akira Giada Hamilton Stewart. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from St. Edward's University, Diana Harris Estrada. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Jackie B. He. Recipient of the Undergraduate Academic Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Janelle Johnny Hernandez. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Lauren Alexis Hernandez. Elias Hoffman. Recipient of the Priority Scholarship from Schreiner University, Waleed Iqbal. Recipient of the Madeline Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Umaima Erfan. Recipient of the Vice President Scholarship from St. Louis University, Adhem Ismail. Recipient of the Regent Scholarship from Loyola University, Chicago, Ariana Kurosh Jahangir. Ivan Anthony Elote Rodriguez. Liam Gregorio Jimenez. Neha John. Recipient of the USF Green and Gold Director's Waiver Award from the University of South Florida, Alexander Johnson. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Suzy Farshini Karthagayan. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Shiju Harinat Katushiri Biju. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Abi Konduru. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from Schreiner University, Gabriela Yasmin Lara. Sophia Tai Lee. Eric Raul Leandro. Mia Virginia Lerma. Enlisted in the United States Marine Corps, Addison Lester. Recipient of the Mood Scholar Award from Southwestern University, Abby Rose Leisman. Dulce Cristina Lira. Alexander Douglas Lopez. Recipient of the Regent Scholarship from Chaminade University of Honolulu, Giada Bree Lopez. Recipient of the Valero Alamo Bowl Student Athlete Scholarship from the Valero Alamo Bowl Institution, Maya Mercedes Lopez. Ziriana Clarice Lopez.
Alexander Lorenzo. Recipient of the Loyola Academic Scholarship from Loyola University Chicago, Jaden Lucas. Recipient of the Global Access Program Award from the University of California, Merced, Shrita Maduri. Mia Leanne Maldonado. Recipient of the Leadership Scholarship from the University of Connecticut, Alana Ray Marroquin. Henry Renee Martinez. Lauren Martinez. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Stephanie Martinez. Paige Madeline McDonald. Recipient of the Deal Scholarship from Rhodes College, Justin McNary. Christian Renee Medina. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Olivia Maddie Medina. Gerardo Melendez. Connor Wolf Mena. Peyton Meyer. Nicholas Jake Montemayor. Logan Montz. Frederick Mortensen. Recipient of the President's Achievement Scholarship from Texas A&M University, Joseph Michnadovich. Recipient of the President's Scholarship from Trinity University, Aditi Mudipali. Recipient of the Royce L. Money Chancellor's Award for Academic Excellence from Abilene Christian University, Noemi Andrea Mueller. Recipient of the University's Scholarship from Case Western Reserve University, Avani Nagaragere, sorry. Lila Nelson. Recipient of Trinity Trustees Scholarship from Trinity University, Yvonne Huang Yi Yun Nguyen. Recipient of the President's Scholarship from Pace University, John Paul Melendez Obaya. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Dina Osmansheikh. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Richard Oyeshile. Om Paul. Gabrielle McDonald. Anupam Parida. Akash Patel. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Arya Darshan Patel. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Shraddha Patel. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from Trinity University, Sophia Pelayas. Recipient of the UTSA Distinguished Presidential Scholarship, Karthikeya Penmetsa. Absidy Faith Candelaria Perales. Sofia Gabriela Perales. Brian Peters. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Kendi Pham. Rima Phillip. Haley Phillips. Recipient of the National Merit Scholarship from the University of Texas at Dallas, Sohan Polasani. Adya Polapali. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Suhaili Aralet Porras Delgadillo. Recipient of the Terry Foundation Scholarship from the Terry Foundation, Steffi Maria Ovia Prem. Aaron Ryder Puguan. Adrina Celine Quinones. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from University of the Incarnate Word, Layla Ramirez. Jameson Ramon Vergel Ramos. Elizabeth Riley. Janessa Aaliyah Rivera. Enlisted in the United States Navy, Emily Rodriguez. Luben Rodriguez. Noah Rodriguez. Recipient of the Undergraduate Academic Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Roslyn Rodriguez. Recipient of the UTSA Selective Scholarship from the University of Texas San Antonio, Felix Rodriguez Ordaz. Diana Rodriguez Regalado. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Juliana Rua Avendano.
Recipient of the Academic Scholarship from Baylor University, Tyler Reese. Recipient of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society's Mission Pillar Award for Research, Arif Saad. Eric Lucas Salazar. Karina Saldana. Zaid Abdullah Salih. Recipient of the Loyola Scholarship from Loyola University, Chicago, Zina Salim. Recipient of the Women's Softball Scholarship from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Micah Sanchez. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from DePaul University, Sophia Grace Sanchez. Raylene Feliz Sandoval. Seth Eli Santos. Tony Renee Santos. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Darshan Satish Kumar. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Gurbani Kaur Sethi. Hamza Shahed. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from Loyola University, Chicago, Mara Sheikh. Mikhail Sheikh. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Tariq Sheikh. Isabella Ann Siju. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Stephen Lee Sims. Recipient of the Green and Gold Scholarship from Colorado State University, Fort Collins, Sebastian Alexander Skinner. Recipient of the Director's Scholarship from Simmons University, Jocelyn K. Smith. Julia Renee Solis. Recipient of the Presidential Merit Scholarship from the University of Denver, Gianna Sofia Sosa. Recipient of an appointment to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, Prithvik Kasturi Sriram. Lynn Standifer. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Caitlin Nicole Stickles. Recipient of the Mood Scholar Award from Southwestern University, Evangeline Zender. Laith Aiden Hakim Taha. Winnie Tang. Lauren Elizabeth Tejeda. Recipient of the National Merit United Services Automobile Association Scholarship from the United Services Automobile Association, Achutakrish Tumachi Chandrasekharan. Recipient of the Gannon Scholars Leadership Program from Loyola University, Chicago, Olivia Claire Tomasino. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Jason Anthony Torres. Recipient of the San Antonio Medical Foundation Scholarship from the San Antonio Medical Foundation, Zelia Torres. Fong An Tran. Tai Tran. Recipient of the Bank of America Student Leader Scholarship from Bank of America, Shamita Tapati. Jake Alexander Trujillo. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Brian Lewis Odom. Recipient of the First Place Varsity Stage Scholarship from the Texas Academic Decathlon, Tanya Cecilia Ugu. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Ekaterini Kalopi Vallas. Evan Albert Vargas. Recipient of the Athletic Scholarship from Texas A&M San Antonio, Jacob David Asher Vargas. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Elizabeth Motola Vaz. Recipient of the Music Performance Award from Southwestern University, Emma Vigil. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Eva Villalobos. Audrey Vitella. Casey Altorado White. Elijah Yerena. Ax Jovixen. Jaylene Zamora. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Kid Cosmo Ledesma.
Class of 2026, as class president, I've seen you all do so much in the short amount of time that I've known you, and I can't even begin to comprehend what you will achieve in the future. I can confidently say the potential in this gymnasium outshines any other crowd in the country, and I am so proud to have the honor to stand before that potential. Class of 2026, please stand for the alma mater.
Like the phoenix long forgotten, rising from the deep, we now rise from halls of learning, destinies to keep. Raise the colors, carry forward, blue, white, maroon. Wave above us now and ever, health careers our school.
Please join me in the tassel ceremony. Seniors of 2025, graduates of 2026.